In this video I mocked a dark web hitman for a month and then sent him my home address to see what would happen. I sent my PO box address on the dark web to see what they would send me. I left my phone number on the dark web for hackers.
Может быть, это твой номер в Даркнете?
Today we'll see this and so much. Starting by sending my credit card in this dark web chat full of dozens and dozens of scammers and criminals to see what they would do with it. These are the details. Sent. And to be sure they would actually use it, I also sent a photo showing the total balance. 2000 euros. Instantly the first messages start coming in. Is the card real? Can it be used? Someone is surely already trying to use it. The phone rings and the first charge of 5 euros comes through. A mobile phone top up. Someone writes in the group that it works. Everyone immediately stops typing. Another payment comes in. Then another and another. Games, phone cases, mobile top ups, gift cards. The frequency of these micro payments keeps increasing until the card is blocked at a total balance of 1700 euros, because likely Revolut has an excellent security system. All of this for just putting it online for a few hours. But this is the least risky challenge of the 5 we'll do in this video. Now I'm going to send my phone number into one of the largest dark web hackers chats, where they could potentially geolocate me. Let's see what happens. And after just a few minutes, a Russian number is calling me. At first I didn't know whether to answer, but then I decided to. Hi.
Может быть, это твой номер в Даркнете?
Sorry, I can't understand. Can you speak English?
Why did you leave your number on the dark web?
For fun.
Are you crazy?
What do you mean?
Active number are tracked, replicated, so calls will track your location if you have linked the number to WhatsApp, Telegram. No, you have also left your face. They will also to be able to locate you.
Someone like who?
Someone like me.
And what would you want to do? He hung up. But a few seconds later, he contacts me on Telegram and writes, "You have 10 hours to send me 500 euros in Bitcoin. Otherwise, your data, number, images, and geographic coordinates will be distributed on dark web forums." But is he really serious? So I ask him, "How do I know you actually have them?" He replies saying, "Do you think people here joke about these things?" And he sends me a link. I analyze it, it looks normal. I hover the mouse over it, click it, and it's a photo of a street that seems to be from my city. But it's not very clear. It could also just be a generic area. So I reply asking, "Are you really sure that's where I live?" He responds, "Do what I say and send the money." Too bad that in reality he's the one who fell into my trap. So I write back, "You do realize that the number you contacted is a virtual number, not linked to anything. So it's impossible to get my location, while the number you are using is your personal number, right?" He blocked me. The next test is posting our PO box address on the dark web and waiting to see if someone sends us something. So I wrote it on around 90 dark web sites, about 4,000 users in total, asking them to send me anything they wanted. At first I was ignored, but then some people started asking if the address was real and if they would actually send anything. I replied yes to everyone. I wait a week and go to check the box. But nothing. At first, I didn't believe they would actually send me anything, until I went back the second week and still nothing. The third week passes too, and I'm starting to lose hope. So I send more messages, promising 200 euros via escrow to anyone who sent me something big. But the sixth week, there's something. 2 letters and a small package. They are just standard mail, or did they arrive because of my message? The first letter comes from China. Let's see what it contains. At first, it looked empty, a blank sheet of paper, but looking closely, in the center there are writings made of symbols, dots, dashes and spaces. It could be a message in Morse code, so I tried to translate it. At first glance, it just looked like a random sequence of letters and numbers, but looking more carefully, I noticed it was made up of exactly 56 characters, followed by point onion, just like the dark web website addresses. What if it was a secret site? So I paste the link into the browser, press enter, and I'm faced with a completely black page that says camera 1 and camera 2. Okay. So if I click here now, will it open some cameras? They could potentially lead to anything, even fairly disturbing content. But I'm too curious. I build up the courage, grab the mouse, move the cursor over the link, click, and It's footage from one of a city's surveillance cameras. I can't go back. So it's not a video? It seems to never end. So either it's a very long recording or it's live footage. But what area is this? This person has probably infiltrated city surveillance cameras and is streaming the recording here. The area should be Japan. What will be in the other one? Let's see what's there.
Ok.
This looks like a village. But what place is this? According to ChatGPT, it should be India or Pakistan. The creepiest thing is that, apparently, the cameras are live. I looked to see if they were recordings taken from the internet. And for the Japanese one, I found something that could match. But for the village, nothing. So I hired an investigator from Fiverr, asking him to look into where it could be coming from. And after several days, he replied that it can't be found anywhere on the entire internet. So they really are live cameras, possibly hacked, streaming the signal. But what the second letter contained shocked me even more. This one is from Russia. Let's open it. It's written in English.
Ok.
This one is from Russia. Let's open it. Okay, there's a letter. It's written in English. Congratulations, you're about to die within 72 hours. You have just handled one of the most lethal substances known to man. It's called ricin. It's a protein extracted from a plant. Inside its seeds lies a toxin so powerful it can kill an adult human with less than a milligram. I applied it to the top edge of the paper you are reading, where everyone puts their fingers to open and pull. Maybe you touched your mouth afterwards. Maybe an eye. Maybe you scratched your nose. It doesn't matter. It doesn't take much. The minimum lethal dose is estimated at 3 to 5 micrograms per kilogram of body weight. And you, reading this, have already had enough. Symptoms will begin in 12 to 24 hours. A little tiredness, maybe nausea. Then come cramps and fever. Why did I do this? Because you asked me to. You post your address on the dark web and said, send me anything. So I did. What he says is true. If there really were writing on that paper, I should die in within 72 hours. Too bad our friend forgot that shipping a letter from Russia to Italy takes at least 2 weeks. Ricin is unstable since it's a plant protein. It's not like a synthetic chemical poison or a nerve gas. Also, the envelope is punctured. That would have speed up even more the degradation. And whoever carried it from Russia to here should have died. So the letter should have never arrived. To me, it seems like nothing more than a bad taste prank. However, I cannot say with absolute certainty whether he actually put it on there or not, which is a bit unsettling. But if there was something, it was definitely inactive before I touched it. In any case, since I study medicine, I'll take this letter with me and I'll run tests in a lab to verify whether he actually put something on it. I'll post the results on Instagram if you want to know how it ended. Okay, now let's move to the package. But first, maybe we should put on some gloves. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe. It took several months to make this. A USB/drive. But we can't plug it into the PC. There are modified devices capable of damaging or completely destroying a computer as soon as they are connected. And after what I received earlier, I'd rather not take the risk. So I took an old laptop, plugged in the USB drive, and nothing happened. Perfect. Then I connected it to my PC and to my surprise, it was empty. But it seems way too strange to send a USB drive all this way with nothing on it. So get an idea. What if they tried to hide the files by deleting them? The thing is, even if someone deletes the files, the data is never truly erased. It stays written in the memory of the drive, waiting to be overwritten. And what if they did it to get past possible checks? So, using several programs and after several hours of scanning the drive from top to bottom, I found nothing. The USB drive was empty for real. And after everything that happened, now it's time to seriously mess with a dark web hitman and then send him my home address to see what happens. So I went on the dark web, searched for hitman websites and found 12 of them, very polished and realistic. I contacted them and asked for more information about their services. About 70% replied. So I answered them. At most, the only thing you can kill is time. Immediately, all the so-called killers, completely thrown off, stopped replying. Until until one of them wrote to me, "I don't think you understand who you are talking to. You can find all my information here. Be careful what you write." Attached was a link which, if clicked, would track my IP address and my location. So I decided to click it anyway, essentially giving him my personal information. The link takes me to his page where he sells his services. He claims to be a hitman, offers different services, charges a lot of money, and says he's part of a cartel. After obtaining all my data, the killer writes back all excited. "I know you are from Germany and this is your connection address." So I reply, "Obviously, I clicked the link using a VPN, genius. I'm not from Germany at all. Did you really believe that? Only a child would fall for that, and you didn't even read properly. On the app you are using to track me, it clearly says I'm using a VPN. What are you, the Wish version of a hitman?" Killer: "Do you realize who you are talking to? Are you crazy? What do you want?" To keep the conversation going, I try telling him I want to buy his services. But, annoyed, he stops replying. So I decide to contact him from another account, this time pretending I'm really interested in buying. I tell him my story and the motive for why I want to hire him. I answer every question consistently, but right when I'm about to pay, I start messing with him and ask if I can pay with PayPal. He replies no, so I ask if there is at least a Prime version with a faster delivery. Annoyed, he replies no again and tells me not to ask more any stupid questions. I just need to send the money. So I apologize. But before paying, I ask how I can actually be sure he'll do the job. He tells me to trust him. And I say it sounds like a scam, because I can't find any reviews of his service on Trustpilot. I ask to send me the link. Maybe I just couldn't find it. Clearly unsure whether I was an easy target or just trolling him, he keeps pushing me to buy. So I tell him I'll send the money. But shortly after, I message him again saying that the price might be too high and I'd like a demo first. Or maybe a family package to get a discount. At that moment, the hitman stops replying, until I reveal that it was me all along from the beginning, and he replies, "You have just signed your death sentence, clown. Remember this message, because when something happens, you'll think of it." I start laughing in the chat and send him clown emojis. That same night, I analyze his dark website and realize it's actually pretty poorly made. In fact, inside the page, there was an image that came from another website, one that belongs to a normal internet we all use every day. So I copied the address the image was coming from and looked up who was hosting the site, discovering the name of the company. I collected everything, the link, the evidence and the screenshots, and I wrote to that company, explaining what was on that site. After a few days, the owner replies, and I got it shut down. I went back into the hitman's chat and told him it was me, and that I was enjoying it. And then I finally wrote, "Come get me face to face if you have the courage. This is my home address." The address I sent him is not my real home address, but an abandoned house nearby, where I set up a camera that records if anyone suspicious shows up or tries to enter. After the first week, I analyzed the video recordings with an AI that tells me if there were suspicious movements, cars stopping or people doing something strange, but nothing. The second week passes, and still nothing. I was basically losing hope, until the third week, when the AI finds this in the footage. Nothing. It's just a normal car. At this point, I don't think anyone is never going to show up. And obviously, 99.99% of dark web hitmen are fake. And it's practically impossible for someone to actually come after you. Subscribe, don't try this at home, bye.